I have begged, pleaded, wished it into existence that they would just do the right thing and just draft Kyle Pitts. And they would be, it didn't matter who was throwing the ball. You would have arguably the 4 fastest position groups, or at one time having Mostert, Pitts, Ayuk, and then the other 2 that could bash your brains in. Who's going to be able to defend that?
Yeah,
right?
I agree. I'm on the Pitts bandwagon. I was trying to explain this to my dad yesterday, and he kept laughing in my face. And I was like, Dad, you don't understand. You've never seen Pitts play. What the team that doesn't draft him is going to be kicking themselves forever.
Correct.
He's a Hall of Famer.
There is very little he's just walking in as a Hall of Famer.
He's so good. And Mac Jones isn't as – I like Mac Jones. He's never going to be as good as Kyle Pitts. In no universe will it ever happen, ever. And the thing is, I like the quarterbacks in round 2. I like them. So it's just it's so obvious. But, conventional wisdom says you got to take a quarterback, which is why the Raiders took Jamarcus Russell instead of Calvin Johnson when it was so obvious. All you needed was eyes to see the difference. Eyes.
Smart businesses, smart run organization tend to do or deviate what everyone else is doing. And I think everyone is so fixated on getting a quarterback that they're not realizing that it doesn't matter how good the quarterback is if you don't have skilled position players that can beat man coverage. It doesn't matter how well that's going to ask Aaron Rodgers 3 or 4 years when he didn't have good wide receivers. How well did his team do?
I agree. And look at Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. We didn't have protection. I feel like there's more examples in the NFL of a supporting cast elevating a quarterback than a quarterback elevating a supporting cast. There's only so much a freaking quarterback can do.
And Tom Brady was in the picture because he took a pay discount. None of these taking pay discounts. They're not saying we're going to take less so the team can be better. Right.
And you say like, oh, well, you can't justify trading up for a non-quarterback. Actually, a prospect like him, regardless of position, is the kind of player you can trade up for because he's there's no risk of bust. Zero. Those are the kind of players you trade up for. Like, I know he's a Hall of Famer. I know he's a Hall of Famer.
It's just mind-boggling. I'm going to be very interested to see the team that drafts him and how well they do defensively.
Atlanta at 4. How about that? If the Niners don't take dude at 3, it's going to be Atlanta at 4, and then they're going to give Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and Kyle Pitts. Forget about it, man. Now they're going to be good. Forget about it.
I just don't get it. I am a firm believer in sitting a quarterback, whoever it is. But again, I don't think you get all these free agents to sign 1-year contracts to bring the gang back together if they don't say, no, Jimmy's our quarterback, because that's the other piece of it. How are you going to get all these people to come back? Because they're after a title. They want a payday. They want to make as much money as possible.
The way I see it is just Mac Jones isn't good enough to trade up to number 3. He's not good enough. No. He's a decent quarterback. He's cool. No. Not good enough. And then Trey Lance, you can't take a 3-year project right now. No. That's not where the Niners are at right now. They can't do that. And Justin Fields, in my opinion, is a poor fit who I think could bust because of his inability to beat a blitz to save his life. But that's a different situation. Pitts, that's the best option. He's not a quarterback, but you're not going to strike out. If you take freaking Mac Jones or Trey Lance, it could be Solomon Thomas. It could be Reuben Foster. These guys you don't know.
I think, could you imagine Kyle running a no-huddle offense, no substitutions, and not knowing who's going to be the person there when you've got Kittle, him, 221 personnel, those two, Deebo Samuel, Ayuk running, and then you've got the fastest running back who you can dump it off to, right? A fullback who's an all-pro. It's just a position. The goal, right, has always been to be the first offense that can run like
positionless. And people like, oh wait, well, he's just a tight end. They already have a tight end, George Kittle. Nah, man, he could be a wide receiver. He's just the best player on the team. Yeah. If he's on the team, George Kittle's the second best player on the team. And that's how good Kyle Pitts is.
Kittle misses 6 games out of the year.
Kittle just missed 6 games. He missed 8 games.
Correct.
There's no reason not to take Kyle Pitts. You don't draft for need. They already said they're drafting for the future of the franchise. Great. Well, you know what your franchise could use? A future Hall of Famer. What do you say? What do you say? Right. Kind of guy who could lead the league in receiving and touchdown catches. Yeah, I'd say so.
Correct.
If you don't agree, go watch his highlights. Watch for like 45 seconds. 45.
He makes
It's
Kyle
nothing.
Trask almost a first round pick. Think about that.
Yeah. Or maybe the ultimate irony is that Kyle Trask made him first round pick.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. Hey, man, great to see you, man.
See you.
Hell of a call. I'll see you soon.